Hey guys, my name's Will and this is Return to Exercise. So the assumption here is that you haven't been exercising regularly for the last 6 weeks. So I just want to kind of reintroduce you to exercise and to try and make it as enjoyable for you as possible. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to put my hand just here on my belly, and as I inhale in through my nose, I'm going to make my hand move. As I exhale out through my mouth, I'll be able to push my hand in. So inhale, expand the belly, exhale, sink it down. So we're going to add the shoulders to that action now. So I'm inhaling, make myself as big and fat as I can, exhale, shrink this down as much as I can. Inhale, and exhale. So breathing in, shoulders back, chest up, belly out. Breathing out, shoulders forwards, head down, belly in. Adding my hands now. From here now, I'm going to add a little bit of spinal action. So as I inhale, bringing my hands back behind my head, and as I exhale, sinking my hands towards the floor. Inhale, exhale. Well, now I'm going to go front, middle, and back. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor. Front, middle, back. Inhale, front, middle, back. Inhale, exhale, front, middle, and back. Lovely. So from here now, what we're going to do is we're going to assess each joint in the body and just see how it's responding or how it's moving. So I'm going to start off checking my neck. I'm going to look left and right. So what I'm looking for here is a nice, smooth, full range of motion with no pain, okay? And from there, I'm going to look up and down, and the same thing. I should be able to go from here to here without any pain or any movement restriction. Okay, so side to side again, and up and down again. So now we're going to roll. So I'm going to go from my chin to shoulder, chin to chest, chin to shoulder. I'm just rolling my head gently forwards. And finally, I'm going to go ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, and just rolling my head gently forwards. So I'm looking to explore the pain-free range of motion in my neck. So I'll apply the same idea now to my shoulder. So all I'm going to do is these arm circles here, just to check how the ball and socket joint of my shoulder is working. There should be no pain and nice, free, easy movement. So I change direction now. So I'll swing forwards and swing backwards. Lovely. So we've checked our neck, we've checked our shoulder. So now we'll just check the shoulder girdle. So from here, I'm going to open. So I'm trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together at the back. And when I close, I separate them as far as I can. When I open, I make my chest as big as it can be. So my thumbs back, palms up. And when I close, I shrink the chest down and make my back as big as it can be. So it's thumbs down, palms front. So inhale, exhale, in, out. Now I want you just to add a little bit of speed to that, and don't worry if you're not following exactly, just get it as close as you can. Okay, lovely. Last one on my shoulders then. I'm going to grab my wrist, roll my shoulders back, and roll my shoulders forwards. So my plan is to do 2 of these sessions every week, and we'll add in a series more exercises that are going to hopefully give you a better idea of getting everything moving properly. Okay, so we've done our neck, we've done our shoulders, go into our elbows. So I'm just going to do these little hand circles, change in direction every 4 or 5 circles. So I'm doing circle back, then I do circle forward like this, just to make sure that the elbow is functioning the way that it should. From here, into my wrists, do my wrist circles, and wrist circles back. And from here now, just moving each finger individually from the little finger down to make a fist. And all I'm going to do is grip and rip just from here. Lovely. So, neck, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, all checked. Now we'll go into the spine. So there's 3 ways with the spine. The one that we did already, which is on the inhale, I try and lengthen the spine. So my head is slightly going backwards, but my palms back, reaching up as high as I can. And on my exhale, I'm going to reach forward, trying to touch the ground if I can. And again, don't worry if you can't touch the ground, that doesn't really matter. All we want to do is check your pain-free range of motion. So front, middle, back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, front, middle, back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, front, middle, and back. So the spine can bend forward and back. It can also bend to the side. So I'm going to bring my hand over my head and trace my other arm down my leg. So this hand is going down my leg, and this hand is trying to reach that wall over there. Now I'm going to add one little part to it, which is the hand that's on top is going to twist to thumb forward, palm up, and I'm really going to try and reach there. So this is what I'm stretching here, but I'm really going to try and get that hand as far across as I can. Lovely. So the spine can bend forward, it can bend side to side, and it can also twist. So now I'm going to try and look behind me, and looking as far as I can. So if I could do an exorcist where my head spins all the way, I would, but I can't. Well, I could do it once. Okay, so looking all the way around. Lovely, so we've got an idea what's going on with our neck, our shoulder, our elbow, our wrists, our fingers, and our spine. So we're into the hips now. So we'll do a big circle, and a big circle back. And change the direction again. Lovely. Now we'll put our feet together, do a little knee circle. If you find you have to do that for balance, then that's okay. But if you can, just get them together. And coming back the other way. And then from here, again, if you're having trouble with balance, just grab onto something or watch something that's not moving. So from here, it's toes down, toes back, foot back. Okay, so I'm just checking my ankle, rotating one way, rotating the other way. Same thing on the other foot, toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat a couple of times. Rotate one way, rotate the other way. So that should give us a fair idea of what's going on with our body. So if there was any movement restrictions or pain, that's going to need a little bit more looking into. So we'll have a look at stretching exercises as we go along. For now, I'm going to assume that you got through all that just fine and that there was no issues. So if you're really unfit, like if you really haven't exercised for a very long time, you get a chair for this one. I'll just get a chair to demonstrate what we're going to do. But for the rest of us, for most of us, we should be okay with this. If you haven't exercised for a long time, all you're going to do now is sit your butt down, and then stand up, and then sit down, and then stand up. Okay? So I don't want you to use your hands for this. If you can try and keep your hands down. If you absolutely have to, okay, but I want your hands up. So we're just going to stand up, and we're going to sit down. What I want you to do now is to try and sit up quite quickly, but go down nice and slow. For those of you who don't need a chair, we're going to repeat that. So down nice and slow, pause, so it should be hip crease the same height as the knee, if you can get there. If you can't get there, we have hip flexibility we'll work on. Driving up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, drive up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, drive up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, drive up. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, drive up. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2 and drive up. Lovely. So that squat exercise is going to work on our butt and our upper legs. Okay. Next one we're going to do, I want you to go down as low as you can and then just let your body fall. Just tuck your head in, let your body fall onto the floor, assuming you have a soft floor. From here now, all I'm going to do is put my fingertips on the inside of my thigh, okay? And I'm going to reach my fingers up until my wrists go past my knees. But the way that we're going to do this is one vertebra at a time. So, I lift my head, lift my shoulders, and 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, all the way down my spine, lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up, and relax. So I'm inhaling, one at a time, inhaling on the way down, I apologize. Exhaling as I lift up, and relax. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up and down at the same speed. Okay? So you should really feel this in your core now. So I'm going up, 2, 3, 4, pause for 1, 2, and down, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so up, 3, 4, pause, down, 2, 3, 4. And again. And down. And last one. And all the way down. Lovely. From there now, I'm going to roll onto my belly. Okay? And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to push from here and get my upper body as far up as I can, all the way so I'm onto my knees. Okay? I'm going to relax that. Now, if that seemed easy, that's fantastic. Let's keep the body straight and do the same thing. So my feet are off the floor now. I'm just going to push to here and slowly back down. Now the same idea, the same idea as before, that we're going to go up nice and quick and then down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I exhale and slowly down. 2, 3, 4. Now all we're going to do now, if that seemed easy, is to put our feet on the floor and repeat the same process. Nice and slow. Now if you can't do this with feet on the floor, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry. Okay? So I'm exhaling, coming up. I'm inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Touching ground lightly and then driving back up again. Not laying down. Okay? From here now, I'm going to go back onto my back. I'm going to put both feet flat on the floor. And I'm going to lift my tailbone up first. And then again, all the way up the spine till my shoulders. Now my head's not on the floor now. Okay? Just my shoulders and my feet. So down. I'm going to lift up one vertebra at a time. And down. One vertebra at a time. And down. One at a time. So lifting my hips as high as I can, feet and shoulders on the floor, everything else up. If that seemed easy enough to you, just take one foot off the floor, extend it out, repeat the same exercise, switching feet each time. And don't worry, stick with the first version of every exercise. Alright? There's no need to do any more than you can do. Okay? We're all a little bit different. So back up to standing. Let's repeat that from the top. So from here, our squats. So I'm inhaling and I'm sinking down. 2, 3, 4. Pausing at the bottom for 1, 2. Driving up. Sinking down. Pause at the bottom. Driving up. Sinking down. Pause at the bottom. Drive up. Sink down. get you onto the floor. So what I want you practicing over time is being able to get down nicely, gently, and easily with no hands. For now, just lay down on the floor any way that you can. Okay? If you have a nice soft floor, squat down low, tuck your chin to your chest, butt to the ground, and roll back. Okay, once I'm in this position, I'm going to go a little bit faster on my crunches now. So it's going to be fast up, pause at the top, 4 seconds back down. Okay? So I exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. So from here, up and down, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up, and down. From there onto your belly. So, pick your level. You're either doing just the upper body, you're either doing to the knees, or you're doing to the feet. Okay? So from here, I'm going to go with the feet, but you don't have to. Again, remember whichever one you want. So from here, I'm going up, and slowly, 2, 3, 4, down, up, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, up. Last one, 2, 3, 4, up. Lovely. From there, going to go onto my back again. This time, both feet planted flat, head not touching the floor, shoulders on the floor. Gonna lift the hips up, but this time same principle. Up fast, pause at the top, 4 seconds down. So from here, bridge up. Slowly, 2, 3, 4, down, up. 2, 3, 4, 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 up. 2, 3, 4. It's the counting that's doing my breath in. Up. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you don't have to verbalize these. They're much easier for you to get through. However, I don't want to leave you without instruction. So once you're comfortable with that, then same idea. Just extend one leg, lift, drop. Other leg, lift, drop. Changing legs each time. Okay. From there, back up to standing. Repeating from the top. So I'm here. Going to do my squat. Sitting on the chair if you need it, okay? From there, down. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Lovely. Get yourself to the floor. We're going to do our crunches now. So fast up, slow down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. From there onto your belly. We're going to do our press ups. So again, my breathing as loud as possible for you guys. Okay, then onto my back again. This time, feet flat, shoulders on the floor, driving the hips up fast and letting them down slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. Back up onto your feet now. So, we started with breath and mobilization from there. Then we did a body scan. We checked each of the joints in the body and their function. Then we did some very, very basic, very simple strength exercises. Now we're going to go into our joint mobility. So we're going to have a look at the flexibility and the mobility associated with each joint region. So starting off with our shoulders, all I'm going to do is point straight up. So from my thumb to my sternum, hand goes straight up, and then I rotate my palm, there we go, as far as it'll go to this way, back down to sternum, and then rotate it as far as it can the other way. Trying to keep my shoulders square, so I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to go from here, so this way, then this way. Same thing on the other hand. Rotate the palm, and back, rotate the palm the other way. Now to the side, so rotating my palm this way, rotating my palm the other way, and the other hand follows the same side, rotating this way, rotating this way. Now go down, rotate this way, rotate the other way. Same thing with this hand, rotating this way. So you see what I mean about rotating? I'm turning my palm as I go. Okay, to this side now, rotation, and rotation, and this one, rotation, and rotation. So that's just going to work the shoulders a little bit for mobilization. I would repeat those exercises as we go, but I want to keep this video quite short, just a half-an-hour session, just to kind of go through everything. So, that's shoulders. So we'll have a look at our hips now. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to slip my fingers under my toes here like this. Then I'm going to straighten my legs till they're comfortable, so I'm not fully straight here. And all I'm going to do now is straighten one leg, and then bend that leg and straighten the other. So one leg is straight and one is bent all the time. So I'm really soft and really slow. One leg and then the other. Let my head just flop down. Okay, let everything flop down and relax. Lovely. From there now, I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to put one knee on the floor. If you have a hard floor, you're going to want to put like a rolled up towel or something under this knee, because your kneecap on a hard floor hurts quite a lot. So from this position now, left foot is flat, right knee is on the ground. All I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop my tailbone this way, okay? And once you do that, it doesn't look like much when you're watching, but you'll feel this muscle lengthen. So my tailbone here is trying to turn this way. So from here, turning it up like this. I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds, about 10 roughly. And I'm going to relax. I'm going to rotate onto the other side now. So right foot's on the ground, left knee, tailbone scoops. So really scoop it, try and drive the shoulder back. Scoop the hip forward. And relaxing there. Back to the other side again. So from here, scoop the pelvis, scoop. And relax. To the other side, scoop the pelvis. And relax. From there now, I'm going to sit down on my butt. I'm going to swim, so spreading my feet out, not too wide, just a bit of width. Swim my hands forward, trying to go a bit further every single time. Lovely. From there, I'm going to put my elbows flat on the floor, and my feet are going to go a bit of width between my feet now. And I'm going to drop my knees to one side and then the other. So I'm not lifting up my hip to come over. I'm keeping my hips down as much as I can. One hip is going to lift slightly. But don't focus on the hip, focus on the knees. Flopping side to side. And come up on my hands. Flop the knees from side to side. Lovely. From there, I'm going to extend this leg straight out. Take this foot and put it over the other side of the leg. Okay? And from here, I'm going to put my elbow on the back of my knee. I'm going to pull my knee across and turn my upper body. So I'm stretching down here into my butt. And relax that. We're going to swap sides now. So this foot goes flat. Sorry, this knee goes flat, and then this foot goes on the other side. Here, here, reach over, turning my upper body. Now, this might not suit everyone. For whatever reason, you might not be able to go into that. So you're laying on your back, you take your knee, and you pull it across to the opposite shoulder, trying to keep the hip down. So don't let the hip come up. You're going to try and keep the hip down for now. If we're stretching the hip, we keep the hip down. If we're stretching the lower back, we let the hip come up all the way. But for now, I just want to look at the hip. And then switching to the other side, grabbing the knee, pulling it across to the opposite side of your body so the stretch is in here. And relaxing there. Now I'm going to go back to putting my feet together, grabbing my toes, and just driving my knees down towards the floor here. So I might want to grab my ankles and use my arms, or I might just grab my toes and let them sink, whichever one you prefer. But just pushing your knees down towards the floor, and then bounce them for a second, and then back pushing them down again. And the last one I'm going to do now, spreading my feet out, and I'm just going to, sorry, the second last one, I'm going to reach over the top. So I'm not trying to reach my foot this way, I'm trying to come over the top to reach towards my foot, and I'm switching back left side to right side. So it's left hand to right foot, right hand to left foot. And now the very last one, I'm going to put this foot on the ground here, keep my knee down to the floor. I'm going to walk my fingers as far down my leg as I can. Now some people will get to there, some will here, 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 here. Doesn't really matter to me how far you go, that's irrelevant. Stretching the back of your leg and into your lower back, that is relevant. So from here, I'll just grab here just to make it. Okay, from here I'm going to inhale through my nose. And on the exhale, I bring my toes to my nose and my chest to my knee, and I just want to wait out the tension. So it's going to be really tense, really tense. So I've got to ease up. If it hurts, you're going too far, so dial back a little bit. And then exhale, you should be able to sink a little bit further. So one more inhale. And on the exhale, I should be able to sink just a little bit further. Over to the other leg, same thing. Grab it as far down the leg as we can, keeping the leg flat. Inhale, and on the exhale, toes to nose and chest to knee. Inhale, and on the exhale, toes to nose and chest to knee. And relax. Okay, so that's our introductory lesson. Alright, so the plan is to do 2 sessions a week over a 6-week period, which should will definitely increase your mobility, your flexibility, your coordination, your core strength, your leg strength, and your upper body strength. These are the things it will do guaranteed if you do 2 sessions every week for a 6-week period. Thanks a million, guys. Take care.